My first time getting to drive the Corvette Z06. The most powerful production naturally aspirated V8 ever. This is one of the best days of my life. Like 130, 140 mile an hour turn.
We're gonna have on the road.
The C8 generation of the Chevrolet Corvette made one of the biggest fundamental changes you can make to a sports car. They moved the engine from the front to the back. Well, technically it's in the middle, it's mid-engine. And the C8 Stingray is one of the most well-rounded, most capable, best sports cars for the money. But inevitably, we would get a higher performance iteration. And this right here is the Corvette Z06, the more track-focused, more capable, faster, more powerful, better in every way Corvette Z06. And I am so unbelievably excited that today I finally am getting to drive the Corvette Z06. We're doing street drives around Pittsburgh. We're at Pittsburgh Raceway, and that means after the street drives, we get to go take this car on the track. I am so excited. I'm so excited actually about this car that after getting a ride in one of the early pre-production engineering prototypes, I decided I needed one in my life and I ordered one. So I will be getting a Corvette Z06 myself. So I'm doubly excited to experience the car here on the road, on the track, but also the fact that I will have one of these in my life soon. So with that, let's hop in the car and take it for a drive. The time has finally arrived. My first time getting to drive the Corvette Z06, the C8 generation 2023 Z06, and we're starting on the road today. Obviously this car is an exciting vehicle, but I am extra excited because, as many of you know, I ordered one, and I will be getting my own car this year and getting to come on the media drive and experience the car early on has me extremely excited. Brand new 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8, naturally aspirated, codenamed the LT6, and that's a big deal. In a world of downsizing engines, forced induction, hybridization, electric powertrains, the fact that Chevy decided to go and build an all new, from scratch, flat plane crank V8 naturally aspirated is crazy. This engine is the most powerful production naturally aspirated V8 ever. It beats out the SLS Black Series. 670 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. A red line is a stratospheric 8,600 RPM. I love NA V8s, and especially these flat plane crank ones. The sound, oh my gosh. The most special part of this car, in my opinion, but it has a bunch of other ingredients too. 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which is a very, very good transmission. So no manual at all for the C8 generation, from the Stingray to the Z06. I have no complaints really, because this dual clutch is so good. One more downshift. Holy crap on those carbon ceramic brakes. So this one is a Z07 equipped car. Z06 is the model name. Z07 is the track performance higher designation. It's a trim package essentially, and it is pretty important. I did spec it on my car. Not only do you get the more aggressive aerodynamic package, you get canards, bigger front splitter, bigger pedestal rear wing out back. You can get an exposed carbon fiber, but also retuned magnetic ride suspension. This one here has the carbon fiber wheels on it, so it's the full treatment. That reduces unsprung weight by 41 pounds. They cost a lot, so I didn't... Sorry, I interrupted myself with that flat plane crank V8. I didn't order it on my car. It's $12,000, but if you want full out track attack, this is the way you would equip it. 41 pounds less unsprung weight, and they are enormously wide. Absolutely crazy. The rear tires are 345s. They're 21-inch wheels by 13 out back. The fronts are 20-inch by 10-inch wide with 275s wrapped around them. And if you get the Z07 package, regardless of which wheel type you get, whether it's the regular forged ones or the carbon fiber, you get up to Rs. Cup 2R tires, which are pretty much race slicks. When they're warm, I mean, they're gonna grip like crazy, but they won't last that long, and they're also terrifyingly expensive. One thing that I'm really excited for is the fact that at the end of the day, it's a Corvette, which brings a lot of creature comforts, technology. Let's talk about the interior. Previous iterations of Corvette never had the best of interior quality, materials, design, and so forth. And the C7 started to change that trend, but there was still always the caveat. People were like, well, it's pretty nice for a Corvette. Once you got to the C8 generation, you could drop the for a Corvette part because the materials were actually really nice. Napa leather, carbon fiber, actual real metal. Feels fairly similar to the regular C8 Stingray. If you do a high option one, this one I believe looks like a 3LZ, but you get a lot more carbon fiber. So this has carbon fiber interior 1 and 2, carbon fiber on the steering wheel. This entire center console here is carbon fiber. The paddle shifters on the square new Corvette steering wheel are carbon fiber too, and this one is a two-tone blue interior, which I'm a sucker for a blue interior, as I have ordered that one too with the blue seat belts. If you do a top tier trim, 2LZ, 3LZ, it's got all the bells and whistles. Material quality is very nice, soft stitch leather on all sorts of surfaces. I think this interior is up there with cars that cost twice as much. You're talking some of the higher end German cars. Maybe fit and finish panel gaps aren't exactly the same level, because you get in a Porsche, it just seems to be perfect in every single regard. I don't know how they managed to do that, but it's definitely really, really nice. So driving on the street, what does it feel like? Well, I've been in sport mode right now. We can dial it back to tour, which quiets things down. The suspension softens up, the steering will lighten up. Ooh, it's actually quite responsive. It lightens up a bit. You can change all these different parameters. You got Z mode, just like the regular C8 Stingray. It just, everything gets dialed up to 11. Do get quite a bit more tire noise and road noise than a regular C8 Stingray, because it has 345 Cup 2Rs out back, so that's inevitable. But magnetic ride is fantastic because it can go from fantastic handling to more comfortable, like in tour suspension mode. This is not bad. So driving on the road, I mean, it's been fun and exciting, but on the track is where this car actually belongs.
I think the front end is a nice radio box. Stay as far as you can the track and get a nice downhill.
Oh, this is an epic track. The elevation. Oh, that is a blind hill. Oh, the sounds. Oh my God. So we just came from a tech session where we got to talk to some of the engineers and learn all about the Z06, the powertrain. Actually, I'm going to stop talking for a second and just pay attention to the track. All right, we've done a little bit of warm-up, some lead follow. Now we are getting some open lapping and the FE6 C8 Z06. Good to go. Follow the blend line, and we are on to pit race. Open lapping. Oh boy. Alrighty. Just the sounds. Oh. So this is the quote-unquote regular car, if a Z06 can be considered regular in any way. We have that 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8 that revs at 8,600 RPM. And the amazing thing about being a flat plane crank is the speed at which the engine is able to build revs and the red line, right? I mean, it's truly an insane experience. This one has steel brakes on it, and non-Z07 cars come equipped with Michelin Pilot Sport 4Ss, PS4Ss. When we upgrade to the Z07 car, that is going to have Cup 2Rs. All of them are very wide. 275s up front, They're 20-inch by 10 wide wheels, and the rears are 21-inch by 13, wrapped in 3 45 section tires, which is, I believe, 40 millimeters wider than the regular C8 Stingray. As we approach the front straight, we can open her up. Oh, on the brakes. There's a blind crest. The noises. Hard on the brakes. And this 8-speed dual clutch just handles everything so well. I'm just in auto mode in terms of the transmission. Turn in. So we have some cones set up here as a kink to slow us down. Otherwise, this turn is like 130, 140 mile an hour turn coming in. So I have to concentrate because I am not a race car driver. So trying to talk intelligently while driving as close to my limits as I am comfortable with is actually quite challenging. I'm just getting like disjointed words from the radio, so I'm not sure. I haven't heard my name or anything, so. Woo. Oh, you can, oh, that's a fun corner. They weren't kidding. No idea if my line is that ideal, but I'm having a great time. The grip, and I'm just in a regular Z06, is astounding. It's 130, 140 on the main straight, on the brakes. And for the big steel brakes, these things are doing great. No fade whatsoever. They're upsized. They're even bigger than the steel brakes on the Z51 equipped regular C8 Stingray. Everything about this car is just more exciting. It takes the ingredients, the base formula of the regular C8 Stingray, and adds to just the craziness you want out of a supercar, out of a track car. Oh, that downshift, the speed at which this engine is able to build, woo. All right, tires get a little greasy, build revs and match downshifts. Oh man, just pulled 1.1 G in that corner. Whew, I'm sweating, but I'm having a great time. So I'm pretty lucky in terms of the cars that I've been able to track. Anything from Porsche GT3s to Ferrari 48 Huracan. I've done some in my Shelby 350R, but other than the GT3, this I think is my new favorite. This is the best thing in the world. That was 142 coming down the main straight. Woo, a little squirrely. Oh, I think I'm gonna let the car cool down, go in and see if I can hop into a Z07 car. I'm gonna have to like compose my thoughts and talk more about this in a second because my adrenaline is just pumping. This is one of the best days of my life. This is a highlight. All right, we are now in the Z07 equipped car. So the carbon fiber wheels, carbon ceramic brakes, the more aggressive carbon fiber aero package. There's a rapid blue Z07 right behind me, which is extra exciting because it's like my spec car. That's the one that I ordered. Seeing that in the rearview mirror, following a Brit race car driver in a Z06.
I'll just bring you up progressively. This is quite a step. The platform of this car, the spring rates, the damping, the tyre, the brakes, the aero, the wheels. There's plenty here to enhance the performance of the car on the circuit. So just at the cones, we're looking for the cones, taking a little bit of curve here on the left, and then just a tiny smidgen of curve there on the right, but not too much. Down the two board, final corner, winding it in, and then on the throttle, letting it throttle all the way up the corner, pick it up, wide open. Braking about the floorboard, the brakes, nice and hard, winding the speed in, that's good. A little bit of apex curve, and then looking for the yellow paint. Yes, that's nice time for the yellow paint, that's good. Over the crest. And down and into that four, braking about the floorboard, nice and hard on the brakes. Turning in, a little bit of apex curve here on the left, and then back to the right, just a smidgen of apex curve there, and then off the corner. Winding the speed on, we're building it up nicely now. And get the car slowed down, and then nice, late apex, good, mid-track. Building that speed up and over, up and over. Yes, that's good. Keep going, let's keep going. Then we're building, onto the brakes at the chicane. Lots of braking, through the chicane. That's good, like that. Good. And then we're down onto the brakes.
All these carbon ceramics are immense.
Turning the car in, a little bit of apex curve, letting the car run out. Using off the road there, yellow paint, left side tyre, over the crest. On the brakes, into turn 4. And then a little bit of apex curve there on the left, and then back to the right, a little bit of apex curve as well, but not much. Hard on the brake, on the power. Down the hill, onto the brakes again, late apex, and then winding the speed in, winding it in, that's good, nicely done, up and over, that's good, like that. And 2, braking at a 2, off the brakes, winding the speed in, good, across the apex curve, lots of curve there, like that. Then back to the left, good.
This thing was designed to be a track monster. The body is 3.6 inches wider, both to support covering those massive wheels and tires, but also more airflow through those gaping intakes on the side to feed the engine. The aero package is so aggressive. Styling is one of my favorite cues. When the C8 Stingray first came out, it was cool, it was exotic because it went to mid-inch proportions. But to me, it always looked like it needed a little bit of the wide body treatment. The taillights seemed a little too close to the edges. And when we saw the C8 race car, the C8R come out, I'm like, oh, it's gonna look epic with just flared out fenders, and the Z06 accomplishes that. It's got all new front fascia, rear fascia, new exhaust, like all of that is new and bespoke to the Z06 compared to the Stingray, and it looks the business, especially with those canards up front. I mean, you have carbon fiber dive planes on the front of this American supercar. I mean, it's borderline supercar. I'll do a whole separate video discussing and debating, is the Z06 a supercar? The fact that it exists, I'm honestly blown away. I expected them to maybe just hybridize the LT2 and make that the Z06. I mean, forced induction. The C7 generation Z06 was a supercharged LT4. ZR1 went to a supercharged LT5. It's truly, truly special. The versatility of taking you to the track and then being phenomenal on the track and then taking you home. Very few cars in the world can do that at this level and at this price point. So we should talk about value. In my mind, I was thinking, okay, it'll probably start around 90, just under $90,000, maybe like $87,995, $89,995. And then once you option up 3LZ, Z07, all that type of stuff, maybe be a 125 to 130. It's the cheapest R8 you could buy, the RWS, was 150K MSRP. So for this to make more power, have more tech, more capability, and be brand new, and beat that and go up against something like McLarens and Ferraris, right? That's a phenomenal bargain. Now the pricing did end up coming at a little bit higher. So just under 100K, any reasonably optioned car is gonna be 125, 130. And as a fully optioned car, I think I've seen people option as high as like 170 something. Mine will be about 150. That's a 3LZ coupe. With Z07 exposed carbon fiber. There's many more options you could check to get it even higher. But even at that price point, I'm happy. I am phenomenally happy with the ingredients of the car, and now I'm getting to drive it. I'm still happy. Like, is there a direct competitor to the Z06? You're really going up against cars that cost substantially more. Think about what you can get for 150 grand, brand new. Not many things can touch this. It's like a bargain supercar of sorts. My most direct comparison I'm gonna keep making is with my R8, which unfortunately feels paltry in comparison in many regards. Horsepower, way down. Even the top spec R8 is only 600 horsepower. This is 670. Speed, performance, all of that type of stuff. Handling on track. I prefer rear-wheel drive versus all-wheel drive. R8s tend to understeer. Huracans understeer. I think there's a reason why the STO is pure rear-wheel drive now. Listen to that. Oh my gosh. So there it is. Street drive on the C8 Z06. Just regurgitating some of my thoughts and my excitement. I hope I was able to convey that to you guys. My personal vehicle will hopefully get built before the end of the year. I'll be doing museum delivery, so a lot of content to come from that regard. Super, super excited. I haven't been this excited about a car in quite a while, actually. In quite a while. I think I'm even more excited about this car than I was buying my R8, which is a crazy thing to say. Hope you guys enjoyed this first road drive on the C8 Z06. I am extremely excited for this. Thanks for watching.